What up with it, nieces and nephews? Uncle Chaz coming back at you with another workout of the week. Today, we'll be on the floor to do some core. You probably won't need a pillow unless you're just unsure that you'll be able to hold yourself in like a push-up position for an extended period of time, 30 seconds or so. So maybe get a pillow just for safety. But we're gonna be doing plank crossovers or plank pass unders, however you want to call that. So I've done planks on here before. I've done push-ups, so those two should kind of get you here. And I've done a lot of other core exercises, so I think that at this point we're all ready for it. If we're going in just straight from the beginning to now, I think we're ready for it. So we will need just one water bottle, because remember, we're at home. We're not fortunate enough to have equipment, and that's all right. If you have a light dumbbell, go for it. I wouldn't start heavy. It's just not necessary. It'll make the exercise unnecessarily hard and maybe not even doable initially, and we don't want that. We want to make it doable. So firstly, you want to start out in a high plank, meaning you're going to get into a push-up, hands right underneath your shoulders, and you're going to have a water bottle lined up just with the tips of your fingers on the outside of your hand. So once you're in your push-up, I would say initially when you're doing this exercise, start with your feet a bit wider so it's not as tough on your balance. As we go throughout time, you can bring your feet together. Also, in addition to that, I'm going to turn and show you, there's a couple of ways to do your back here. One, you can round your back out. The way that I tend to do that is to kind of throw my shoulders forward a little bit and focus really on pressing in with the heels of my hands and allowing my head to drop just a little bit versus keeping it neutral. If you want to keep a flat back, then you would want to drop the hips a little bit. Again, focus on pressing with your hands, but you don't need to throw your shoulders forward, and keep that neck neutral, so just look immediately in front of you. I'm going to do it with a straight back just because that's what I'm used to, and I feel like I can do that the best in terms of instruction. So here we go. I got my water bottle on the outside of my right hand, lined up with my fingertips. Gonna get into a push-up, some wide feet. Got the water bottle. I'm gonna grab it left-handed, put it on the outside. Grab right-handed, place my hand on the inside. Grab left-handed, place my hand on the inside. So on and so forth. I think a good place to start is 5 pass unders with each hand. It's not necessarily easy because you are holding yourself up with one arm for a short period of time, but nonetheless. So I would say 5 pass unders with each hand 3 times with, maybe 45 seconds or a minute of rest in between. And once that becomes easy, either add more reps or keep the reps the same and bring your feet closer together. The real trick with this, and to know when it's really properly easy, regardless of how it feels, the trick is to not fall with it as you have to take your hand off the floor. Ideally, you want to keep your core as straight as possible, your body as straight as possible. So by doing that, you're going to have to brace when you're on one hand. Here, it's really no problem. I am bracing, but not a lot. Now, everything's engaged because I have to make up for this not being there in order to stay straight. I'll dip maybe a little, not a whole lot though. Again, with time, bring your feet closer together. Play with doing it with a straight back, with a rounded back. And of course, you can always increase the weight, but it doesn't need to be incredibly heavy. I wouldn't go more than, seriously, like 7 or 8 pounds with a dumbbell or a kettlebell. I just don't see it being necessary. This is just kind of for strengthening the lower back, a lot of it. It's good for coordination as well, but it's not something that needs to be done with aggressively heavy, like 30-pound dumbbells or anything. It's not practical. Yeah, that's really it for this one. I guess I could mention, I'm not sure if I did already, if you round the back out, it gives you a bit more of a hollow hold feeling. If you drop the hips, it's more of a plank feeling. They are different feelings. They generally work the same muscle group, but it is slightly different. Anywho, that's really all I got for you today on this one. I hope this video finds you well. Like, comment, subscribe, share, save, whatever it is you got to do for more of it. And until next time, Uncle Chance is out of here. Y'all stay safe.